This is Money, Motivation, and Mike, and I am your host, Michael Wainwright. In charge of all the controls is audio engineer Jason Wright. And hello to you, world. This is the show that will change your life. You can contact us at info@mx3.vip, and you can find all of our content at mx3.vip or on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/@mx3podcast. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified of all of our new content, which comes out every Monday at 9 o'clock. Once again, thank you for being with us today. And in our episode, we're going to be talking about reasons why successful people never retire, and be going over that and hopefully working it into this episode. If not, we'll be working it into 2 episodes. We've had some good stuff over the last couple of weeks, and for that matter, over the last the whole history of the show. We feel very, very confident because, as we always do on occasional, give you statistics. And here we are again today with our podcast numbers over the last 30 days with 26,726 downloads on our podcast. And our YouTube channel over the last 28 days has increased by 49% of our viewers. So what that means is someone is getting on your YouTube channel and watching your show, and that has increased by 49%. Now, what's also interesting is our watch time when we are viewed. Our watch time is up 48% in the last 28 days. So not only is someone tuning in and viewing our YouTube channel, but they're also staying on and watching our show. Maybe not in the entirety because we are not privileged to that information, but obviously our watch time has went up. So anytime someone goes on and clicks on to view our show, maybe they only watch 10 seconds. Maybe they only watch 5 or 7, 8 minutes. But regardless, our watch time has increased 48% over the last 28 days, and we're very, very happy for that. Once again, you continue to flatter us with your interest in our show, and we're going to continue to try to bring you content that will be very beneficial to you, not only in your life, but in the people that you know and love around you, that you can spread the word of what we do here on Money, Motivation, and Mike. Today, reasons, and actually there's 10 reasons that I have written down today of 10 reasons why successful people never retire. Number 1, business is the ultimate sport. Now, I fall into this category in a big time way. I have always enjoyed business. I've enjoyed business since the very early years of my life, being in 3rd grade and having my first business, which was selling watermelons, etc. Business is the ultimate sport. I go at it with competition, but on the other hand, when you are in a profession that you feel that you are good at, in essence, there is no competition, because if you're good at something, the word spreads, the clients come through the doors through the warm base marketing. You are always ready to compete, but the ultimate sport is that there's many clientele out there. There's many customers out there if you're in the retail business, and there's many to go around. Now, maybe you're getting more or maybe you're getting less than the competition, but business is the ultimate sport, and we do it every day. Lots of us have had difficulty in the past of turning it off, and I am one of those people. The 10 reasons successful people never retire is because it is the ultimate sport, and I'm not really for sure how I feel about that, because you know what they always say about the old Baptist preacher. Old Baptist preachers never retire; they die in the pulpit. I would think that we would not want to die in our chair in our office or working over our cash register or whatever it is that we do, but business is the ultimate sport. And moving on to number 2, I get to consistently reinvent myself. And this is exactly right as well. So every day that I come to the office, every day that I go to the workplace, every day that I do whatever it is I do, I get to reinvent myself. You never are going to stay stagnant. You're never going to stay in neutral. You're always trying to bring new ideas and new thoughts to your profession, whatever that case may be. And consistently reinventing yourself. And you think about a franchise. You think about some of these franchises and how they have reinvented themselves, and the way a Kentucky Fried Chicken, let's say, looks today is not the way it looked 30 years from now. As a matter of fact, I believe it's called KFC now. And not only with KFC, but lots of other ones as well. Sonic's another one that comes to my mind that doesn't look the same today as it was then, because you're having to reinvent yourself to continue to brand and bring new stuff to the marketplace so that your customers, your clients continue to want to do business with you. So reinventing yourself on a regular basis is something that you should be doing. You know, you don't necessarily do today what you were doing 10, 20, 30 years ago. You hope to be doing it better, not worse. And if you're doing it worse, you're probably not reinventing yourself. So I get to consistently reinvent myself is a big deal with successful people. Number 3, I'm motivated by helping others. We've talked about this before with leaders, and it also goes along with being successful people. Most successful people are leaders, and they get motivated by helping others. I'm motivated by helping you do something that you don't think you can do. Once again, great leaders bring along people with them when they are successful. So you are never concerned about someone taking your job. You're only concerned about helping them and getting them to improve, which at the overall end of the day helps the team, helps the business, helps the company to grow. And I promise you, if you're not in a leadership position, if you don't necessarily consider yourself to be at the level of success that you want, you have to find that mentor, because that mentor is a successful person and they will help you come along. I'm motivated by helping others, no doubt about it. Be more today than you were yesterday, and be more tomorrow than you are today. And get with someone who can help you do that, because successful people like to motivate. I know that's something that is very, very heartwarming and felt by myself. Number 4, I enjoy the thrill of empire building. Okay. Now, let me also tell you this, because I have had failures in my life. Successful people have failures. And when you are out trying to build that empire, and there's different levels of an empire. And what is the definition of an empire in your mind? It's something that you have to come to grips with and think about. What is a goal? The empire is this, the empire is that. Most of us think about the empire like the Empire State Building in New York City. And for quite some time, it was the largest skyscraper I know in the United States, and possibly even the world, back when it was built. But most of us think of an empire as something huge. It depends on what something huge is in your mind and your mindset and the goal you've set out for yourself. But there is joy and thrill of building an empire. An empire could be a baseball team. An empire could be a sports team in general. The empire of, I don't know, maybe your business becoming $100,000 a year earner. Grossing $500,000. There's lots of different ways to get into the thrill of building an empire. So it doesn't have to be skyscraper type stuff. It has to be what you believe is an empire, and the definition is broad. So when you're thinking about what I'm going to build, and I'm going to build an empire, I'm going to build a legacy, what is my empire? Number 5, retiring is against my nature. Now, I've often said that probably is against my nature. What would I do? I mean, I can fairly hardly stay still. Sitting on the couch is not something that I totally understand or have been able to do much of my life. So retiring is against my nature. Now, successful people never retire. So how do I retire? Maybe you cut back. You know, you can always be an influence. You can always be a mentor. You can always be something to someone else, and without having to work whatever it is, 60 hours a week, 80 hours a week, 40 hours a week, whatever it is at your workload. And as you get older and you're longer into your profession, and maybe you don't actually retire. Maybe you're a part-time consultant. Maybe you're still mentoring half a dozen people. Maybe there's other ways that you can do things besides retiring 100% and going home and not having any contact with the business that you are involved with. So I would definitely say that retiring is against my nature. I always want to be active. I want to be doing something. I think a person can only play so much golf. They can only do so much hiking. They can only do whatever it is that they enjoy doing. You can only mow the yard so many times a week before you kill out the grass. So you have to be doing something else. And most of the time, successful people have ran a course that has made them very, very active in their daily lives. And then shutting that off overnight is a very difficult thing. So retiring is against a person's nature, no doubt about it. Number 6, the challenge inspires me. The challenge of getting up every day and going to the office, going to the workplace, and creating something that you didn't do yesterday, creating something that is going to help another person in your building, a business colleague, a business associate, a customer, a client. It inspires you and challenges you to do something better than you did yesterday, just like we talked about with the motivation part. I get challenged, and I want to be challenged, and it inspires me to do more. Do you look at yourself? You sit down to play a game of Monopoly with your family. You sit down to play dominoes. You sit down to play cards. Is it a challenge to you? Is it recreation, having fun? What is your goal when you sit down? Lots of most successful people, no matter what they do, they want to win. I'm one of those people, without a doubt. It hasn't always worked out that way. If you're hitting a wiffle ball in the front yard, you want to hit the wiffle ball the best. You want to hit it the farthest. You want to challenge yourself, which inspires you to be the best. And there's no doubt about it that successful people have this trait within their body and their mind and their soul. Number 7 is I'm passionate about people, passionate about others. There's no doubt about it that I'll just take from my example, my businesses and the things that I've been involved in. I'm very passionate about the people who are part of those organizations and the things they do. And you become passionate and you have feelings for them, and they end up being family. They're your office family, your work family, before you go home to your so-called wife, husband, and children family. But passion, being about people and not about yourself, is a great thing, and setting people up to be successful and having a passion to watch them achieve their goals. That's what successful people do. That's what leaders do. Successful people always find ways to help other people. Number 8, I'm addicted to the chase. Every day when you come to work, we just talked about it being a challenge and you having passion to help other people, but you're addicted to the race, the chase, the drive. We sold 5 widgets yesterday. We sold 50 widgets last month. What are we going to do this month? What are we going to do today? What are we going to do tomorrow? We want to sell more widgets than we did yesterday. You're addicted to the chase of the goal. And where do you find satisfaction? Where do you find satisfactory? Lots of times, and it's unfortunate that successful people are addicted to the chase and they can't figure out where the finish line is. I've struggled with this myself, no doubt about it. But getting up and getting involved in the grind and the fight, which becomes the chase every day, that's something that successful people always do. Am I addicted to the chase? Don't be somebody that's addicted to 459 every day so you can get out of Dodge and get home and whatever it is that you do. You're addicted to the chase, and the chase is success. Number 9, I'm creating a legacy. Lots of successful people are about the legacy. And as we all know, the legacy grows in most cases after death. A person becomes twice as big, 3 times as big after they're no longer with us. This particular part is not that big of a deal to me, but for a whole lot of people, they look at it as they are laying their groundwork, they're laying their legacy. It's something that their children, their grandchildren, whomever will carry on. And obviously the McDonald's, there's your prime example of a legacy. And I know the McDonald brothers started the business, and Ray Kroc come along and obviously invented a legacy that it doesn't look like will be slowing down anytime soon, and he and the McDonald brothers will be talked about possibly forever because of the brands and the things that were built. So I'm creating a legacy as part of being a successful person. Like I say, that is not as big of a deal to me, but to most successful people it is. And then number 10, the love of the game. This definitely is something that I'm very attracted to. I love the game. It's along the lines of loving the challenge, of being inspired, and you're addicted to the chase. It's and life is a game for sure. Business is a game. It is sometimes cat and mouse and strategic planning. And there's different ways that the game gets played. There's different ways than thoughts about what is the game. And that goes along with how you treat your clientele, how you treat your customers walk through the door, the greeter at Walmart. That's the first part of the game. And if that person at the front door doesn't, and they're the first impression of the business, and if that person doesn't come across with a welcoming view, a welcoming hand, a welcoming face, it's a place that you want to be. Whenever you walk through that door, maybe the love of the game dies. And then that particular customer who is there to get one item only gets one item. But if you are that business owner and you are into the love of the game, when those people walk through that door, it's a welcoming time. And they feel good about being wherever it is they are, including the church house. Whenever they walk in, now all of a sudden they want to be there, and they end up buying 3 or 4 items. They end up, let's just say, in some of the services, they come in for one service, they end up with 2 or 3 more because they can see how passionate you are and how much you love that business, which in this particular case, we're calling a game. So there's lots of different ways about how you're in love with the game. And if you think about the fact here of these 10 items that I just talked about, the 10 reasons successful people never retire, not one thing that I say about money. Because if you concentrate on these things, you concentrate on the facts, the details, the principles, the philosophies, the money will come. So you need to be thinking about those things whenever you're trying to figure out where it is. Now, just because you do retire does not mean that you were not successful. But a lot of people that are successful hardly ever retire because of the reasons we just talked about. The business is a sport, and then at the end, they love the game. All the things in between, such as reinventing themselves every day and motivating, the thrill of building that empire, working on that legacy, having a challenge to inspire people, and those people that you're passionate about. You love the chase, you love the game, you love the sport. Once again, on Money, Motivation, and Mike, we always try to bring things to you that we feel are beneficial to you. Your responses, your paying attention to our show with the views, the watches, the downloads, tell us that we continue to bring what we believe is good stuff to you, and I feel like we have again today. Once again, for Money, Motivation, and Mike, you can find us, info@mx3.vip. You can find all the content, mx3.vip, or on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@mx3podcast. And don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and hit the icon bell to get notified of all our new content, which comes out, as you know, every Monday morning. So until next time, for everyone who's been a part of this one, continue to live your life the right way.